friends, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, my name is Silver. I read tarot and oracle cards, and for today's video we are going to be taking a look at a message that's meant to find you a week before whatever it is happens. This is a timeless reading. It doesn't matter when you're watching this video. Whenever it pops up for you, that's when it's meant to be. Let's get into it. Before I get started, I'm just going to go ahead and cleanse my space, the tarot and oracle cards I'll be using, and myself. Let's start off with some oracle cards. Okay, so let's see. What is the first thing that Spirit would like to bring to our attention for what you need to know, what's going to be happening in a week from now? The first card that we have coming up is Believe. So what this is telling me right off the bat is in a week from now, you're already going to be seeing things that you maybe previously once didn't believe possible start to come to fruition. I feel like there have been a lot of seeds that you have been planting, and it's like maybe you've been waiting around, or maybe you haven't even been waiting around that long, but it almost feels impatient to me. That's what this feels like. It feels impatient, or it feels like there's doubt, right? That's what the current feeling is. And so in a week from now, through this next week, I would pay extra close attention. You're probably going to notice little synchronicities, little things starting to fall into place where you're like, maybe my seeds are actually starting to do something. Maybe something's actually starting to grow from them. You're going to start to have a much more strong belief in yourself and everything else going around you, instead of knowing that, the best thing you can do for yourself is believing, but having a hard time doing it. It's like you're actually doing it. So let's see what these other cards have to say. Up next, we have Grow coming up. So one thing I'd like to point out with the Grow card is this sometimes talks about losing something else to make room for better. Because you can see here, the little lizard, right? Its tail gets chopped off. And usually we see that as oh my God, what the heck? My tail is gone. But in reality, the lizard's tail is going to grow back better and stronger. And now it's dang, this is actually way better. I just had to allow myself to let go of that old thing that wasn't as good as it could have been. So this is basically asking you to allow yourself to let go of those things throughout this next week. So you'll probably be noticing things are just kind of falling out of place if they're meant to. And it might feel a little bit strange, because if that's been your norm, your natural response is gonna be no, let me hold on to that. But let it go. Actively let yourself let it go and believe that that is what's meant to happen, because that's making space for something even better to fit its way into your life. So next we have Balance. So I feel like you'll notice things are balancing out when it comes to where your mind is at. I feel like because of the way things are playing out in the physical realm around you, you're now able to believe you're shedding that old skin, making room for the new, and in return that balances out your energy and your mindset. So no longer feeling as scattered or as confused or as everywhere all at once. Sounds like things are going to be slowing down a little bit as well. And then next we have the Secret card coming up. So when this card comes up, this usually just means that we're going to be discovering something about ourselves or about a particular situation that we're in that we didn't really realize at first. Maybe some subconscious beliefs or thoughts are going to be showing themselves throughout this next week, and that's kind of ooh, that's what's been holding me back. That's what I need to work past through. And that's how you're going to get to the point of where you're growing and now believing in yourself. Perhaps for some of you, once you do get to that point of growth and belief in yourself, that's when the secret is revealed of oh my gosh, I didn't even know I was capable of doing these things or of feeling this way. Or perhaps that may bring about some opinion or belief system in itself that you didn't even realize that you had. So let's do some tarot cards. See what else is coming up. What's going to be happening in a week from now for you? Okay, so here we have the Seven of Wands in reverse. So when the Seven of Wands comes up, this is a card of standing up for yourself, really standing up for what it is that you believe in, for your goals, for what it is that you aspire to be, not really allowing outside perspective or outside judgments or even like the obstacles that life throws at you to get in your way. Like, sure, it may be challenging, but you're not going to let it get in your way. And so when this card comes up in the reverse, this just tells me that this is something that you've probably struggled with a little bit, or it's felt like you haven't had the opportunity to really stand up for yourself in the way that you are like needing to, if that makes sense. So it just feels like that's been a little bit of a struggle. So I feel like throughout this week, that may be something that's actually presented to you in a way that it may come off as a little bit uncomfortable at first, but it's actually an opportunity for you to be like, no, like I feel actually kind of positive about this. I feel, oh, sorry. My kitty started meowing. I thought it was my baby waking up. He's not really my baby. He's like 3, but whatever, still my baby. Anyways, what was I saying? Oh yeah, seeing it as an opportunity that's going to like empower you and allow you to be like, you know what? I can speak up for myself. I can say this thing that I have been wanting to say. I can allow myself to push past the perception or the judgments or the assumptions that others might be making of me and just move forward in the direction that I know is best for me, because who cares about all these outside things? So I believe that that will be coming up in this next coming week for you. See that as an opportunity for growth. Okay. And then once you can move past that, it's like, oh my gosh, I can do it. I'm starting to believe in myself, believe in my goals and my dreams a little bit more. Here we have the Page of Swords. This is like a breakthrough, a new beginning, a new way of seeing yourself and the things around you. So not only are you going to be working past those struggles with boundaries and standing up for who you are, now through that, it's like, oh, I can do that. I'm a whole new person. Now I feel really clear in my mission, really clear in my desires, and really clear in how I'm gonna like portray that and communicate that with the other people around me and myself. So a lot more clarity, a lot more confidence, and just a lot more like, it just feels almost more calm, like less scatterbrained. I was kind of saying that earlier, just like more balanced. It's like, yeah, like you're getting more in alignment, more in flow. That's just kind of what I'm feeling. It feels like, ooh, that's a weird way of explaining it. But that's what I'm feeling, okay? Okay, we have the Queen of Cups in reverse now. So this will also be bringing up opportunities for you to dive deeper into your self-love, because the Queen of Cups, she is all about vulnerability and balance in expressing love and showing it and also like giving it. Does that make sense? Yeah, so like the even balance of like showing emotions and also like sharing them, okay, and feeling them, but being aware of like where they're coming from. I feel like I'm saying this in a really stupid way, so just you can tell me if that was stupid. But anyways, you get what I'm trying to say. She's balanced, she's vulnerable with herself and with the people around her, as well as when it's in the reverse, this just points out that deeper connection with like yourself, your own emotions, your own self-love. So I feel like through this you're rediscovering, ooh, okay, message that's coming up is part of the secret that's going to be coming through with this is actually how much you're going to fall in love with yourself. I really feel like your confidence is going to go through the roof more than it has before, because you're met with this obstacle and you're like, no, I can actually overcome this. There's just some shift in your energy that feels like, I'm not going to put up with this BS anymore. Like, I can do this. I am gonna, excuse me, stand strong in what it is that I believe in and the direction it is that I'm going in. Now I've had this breakthrough and this new way of seeing myself and seeing my experiences around me. And all of a sudden, I'm like really shocked at just how much I actually am proud of myself and love myself and care for myself. That's part of the secret that's being revealed here, is like your own love for who you are. That's really cute. That's really sweet. As you should love yourself. You are uniquely you. You are perfectly you. Everything about you is absolutely how it should be. Here we have the Eight of Swords coming up. So any like limiting thoughts, any thoughts that you have maybe previously had where it's like doubting yourself, feeling a lack of confidence, feeling like your words don't matter, so you kind of diminish yourself. That's another feeling kind of coming through. It feels like a lot of this has you been making yourself smaller. And this is no more. This is your time to shine. It is no more a time for you to diminish yourself. So within this next coming week, it's just really like a really fast little speed through like, no, I know what's going on. I'm going to stand true to who I am. I'm going to reinvigorate this love that I have for myself that I didn't even realize that I have for myself. And I'm letting go of these limiting beliefs. Now I'm stepping into a mindset of believing in myself, of growth, and one that's just way more excited. It just feels more fun, more balanced, more calm, and just like you're able to actually enjoy what is happening in life around you. So let's do some more cards. What else is coming up for this message of what's going to be happening in a week from you watching this? Joyful acceptance. I was just talking about fun. I joyfully accept the abundance that is now manifesting in my life. So whenever you accept what it is that you're manifesting, that like gives it permission to fully come through. Because sometimes when we're manifesting at first, or even if we're not like intentionally trying to do like manifestation things, but we're just actively working on bettering our lives, sometimes when that first begins and we don't believe in it, we're not accepting what we're asking for. So it's like, yes, I want this, but like I'm subconsciously pushing it away. So by bringing more joy into your life, by having more fun, by having a mindset that's like, you know what, why am I taking myself too seriously to the point to where I'm like super nervous or dreading things or feeling like I can't speak up or feeling like I'm suppressed or like in an anxious, confused bubble? No, like I'm going to create that joy. I'm going to find that excitement that I know is within me because I don't have to rely on accomplishing things through a fear-based mindset. I can accomplish things through a mindset that's full of excitement and joy and hope. So that is the direction it is that you are moving into. That is the big piece of guidance here, is like creating your own joy, creating your own excitement, being your own source of inspiration. And through that funness, that lightheartedness, it's going to be so much easier to do the hard work of standing up for yourself, of letting go of those limiting beliefs and moving into a position where you actually believe in yourself. Aligned manifestation. I'm aligned with the power of manifestation and always receive what I need. So having that like belief in yourself that you don't have to worry about the how, because it's always going to work out for you. You're always going to have what you need. You're always going to have opportunities show up where you can strive for more. It may not always reflect in the way that we expect or perceive, but every opportunity is one that is pushing you closer to alignment. So keep that in mind, that even when something happens and you may perceive it as like, well, I don't understand this, or I thought it would happen different, just trust it, believe in the process, because you are in alignment with your manifestations. We have a culmination coming up. So through this process, it's literally going to allow you to create a new foundation for yourself, a new sense of security. Also, it almost just feels like a new sense of like who you are. Like, I feel like part of this culmination is you really allowing your own self to blossom and be created from a new standpoint, from a more authentic standpoint, instead of like curating yourself to be who you feel other people want you to be, or even who they've said they expect you to be. It's like letting go of that and fully like developing and growing the more authentic part of you. And that's just creating a more secure, more long lasting foundation because it's actually in alignment with you. So it's actually going to be able to support you on your journey of growth. Okay. What else is coming up? Insight. So you probably know more than you realize. And I say that when I say that, what I mean is like get off your phone a little bit. Cut the distractions. Whatever you find you use to distract yourself, try and cut it out a little bit. Try and just be in the quiet more, sit with yourself more. Or if that's hard for you to do, then just be intentional either when you wake up or right before you go to bed. Just take a moment to just like connect with yourself, or even just ask your guides or whoever, whatever you align with, right? Ask like for some insight, ask for some guidance, and just sit there and just be willing to accept it. And you'll notice thoughts will come and go. Some people may like see things, some people may hear things. It just kind of depends on how, I guess, connected you are with your intuition, or if you have any of the clairs or whatever, right? It's different for everybody. But no matter what, whatever you find comes up in that moment, there's going to be some insight that you're like, whoa, I didn't even realize that I had the answer to that. But like, I feel like that makes sense. And it's going to be kind of like subtle and quick, that knowing that that's what that is, but that's what's going to happen. So you're being asked to like sit with yourself and trust your own intuition because you have the answers within you. And you can use that as a tool to further push you along in this path. And then lastly, alignment. What a wonderful card to finish on. I said you are moving in alignment. You got the aligned manifestation card. This is all about just trust and believing in the process and yourself, letting go of those limiting beliefs, all of that jazz. And in a week from now, you are really going to start seeing the seeds that you have been planting start to sprout and blossom. And it's just the complete like new culmination of a new you, of a new foundation, and one that's just going to feel so much better, so much more aligned, so authentic, and full of joy. So what a freaking cool reading. I'm so excited for you. Please let me know down in the comments what you thought, how this resonates for you. If you can remember, report back in a week. But yeah, thanks again for the love and support, and I will see you in the next video.